All right, class, welcome to virtual instruction by your actual math teacher. Since I am out today, I am going to have you do a repeat of the lesson that we completed on Friday together. So what you should do is, if you do not already have all of your supplies from Friday out and on your desk, you should pause. You need your notebook open to the least common multiple page that we glued in on Friday, and your Lesson 3 Problem Set Study Guide. Keep in mind that you may need to look back and forth to your greatest common factor and your simplifying fractions notes in your notebook today. If you feel confident with Problem Set Study Guide Lesson 3, please go ahead, turn off my video, work through, and then you may talk to Miss Black, the sub, and see if your answers are correct. If not, we're going to work through a few problems today. Start off with A by setting up your fraction correctly. Remember, when we add and subtract, we go vertically and not side to side. 1/4 plus 1/3. As we discussed on Friday, in order to add and subtract fractions, you need what? You need a common denominator. To find the common denominator, you must find the least common multiple of which two numbers? I'm hoping that you said 4 and 3. Remember to go ahead and set up your new problem. You'll have a fraction plus a fraction that will equal another fraction. Please note, if the paper is too small for you, please use notebook paper. I have plenty. We need to find the least common multiple for 4 and 3. Remember, that means we're skip counting by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. We discussed in each of your classes on Friday that with the first number, you should just find 5 multiples and then go on to your second number. That doesn't always mean 5 multiples will be enough. You may need additional multiples. 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. As soon as you find the least common multiple, you can stop. 4 and 3 are both a multiple, or both have the multiple of 12. The least common multiple will become our new denominator. So we can go ahead and plug in our denominators for both our addition problem and our answer. Because remember, in adding and subtracting fractions, we do not add and subtract the denominator. Well, I need to go back over here and look at my 1/4 and my 1/3. I need to turn my 4th into a 12th and my 3rd into a 12th. 4 times what equals 12? 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. And remember, whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So if I multiplied the denominator by 3, I need to multiply the numerator by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. What do I need to multiply 3 by to get 12? 3 times 4 equals 12, which means I need to multiply 1 by 4, because whatever I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top. And 1 times 4 is 4. Now I can add my fraction. 3 plus 4 is 7. And 12 and 12 stays the denominator of 12. Our directions also say to simplify your answer if possible. The factor 7 is a prime number, and the factors of 7 are 1 and 7. And neither other than 1, 7 is not a factor of 12. So 7/12 is my simplified answer. For B, 1/4 plus 1/5. Again, we cannot add that together because we must have a common denominator. So you will need to find the least common multiple of 4 and 5. Complete B on your own. Plus, press pause while you complete B. Let's look at C together. 1/4 plus 1/6. 4 and 6 are not the same, and therefore I cannot add 1/4 and 1/6. In order to add fractions, I must have a common denominator. So I can go ahead and write my blanks so that I make sure I don't get confused. And I need to find my least common multiple for 4 and 6 because those are the numbers I need to change. My denominator needs to be the same. So I'll start skip counting by 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And I'll go on to 6. 6, 12, 18, 24. I have not found a least common multiple between the two numbers, and my 6 multiples are now higher than anything I have for my 4s. So I'm going to go back and add some more 4s. So 20, 24, there it is. My least common multiple for 4 and 6 will be 24. My least common multiple becomes my denominator. 24, 24, and 24. Remember, I can go ahead and add my denominator because when we add and subtract fractions, we will not add and subtract the denominator. Well, now I need to look at my problem that I started with because I need to turn my 4 and my 6 into 24ths. 4 times what equals 24? 4 times 6. And that means I need to do 1 times 6 because whatever I do to the bottom, I got to do to the top. 1 times 6 is 6. 6 times what equals 24? 6 times 4, which means I need to do 1 times 4 because whatever I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top. And 1 times 4 is 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 24ths is my answer. But remember, our directions say to simplify if needed. To find our simplified fraction, we must find our greatest common factor for 10 and 24. Remember, look back at your factor notes. We find all factors by beginning with 1. 1 times 10. Is 2 a factor of 10? Yes. 2 times 5. 3? No. 4?